What's up, family? Your boy Swing Trader Tone here, day 362 of trading, day 362. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Um, sorry, day 361 was out of commission. Yesterday was my birthday. That was January 13th. Today's January 14th. And didn't get a chance to post. I did post a little pic. I took a screenshot and posted a pic of the day yesterday, which was a bearish day. We're down. We noticed that the SPY was going to be bearish today, so it took some short-term trades, some uncharacteristic two-day expirations, and made some money on that, which offset some bearish overall market. So that was cool, and I still have one more SPY put, which I'll show you that expires on Monday. So actually hoping for took some profit on the SPY put today, hoping that that second one um continues to go down because it did bounce back up and rebounded, but expecting it to come back down before it makes a ultimate move up. But if you look right here in my options account, you see that plus 253. That's the profit that we took on the 2-day expiration for the SPY put, and my shares are down 479 because the overall market went down. So thankfully, I had the SPY puts as a hedge, as we like to call it. Took some profit in that. Still have another one running. I'll go ahead and click on it. But overall, we're down 226 on the day. Total assets of 16,463 cents. Here's my options. Bum bum bum. Yep. So this is the day's gain realized. So the profit that we took today was a 387.98. It was maybe like a 200% profit that we took on that one. And that obviously went over to the cash purchasing power. If I want to take another, play, I could use that bread for that. As far as what's still there is this SPY put right here, expiration January 20th, had a 694 strike price. So it was actually as low as we were in the 680s today, and I had probably about a 200% profit that I probably should have took. But going ahead and have some lower targets that we think it's going to hit before then. So hopefully tomorrow it'll go ahead and continue. We'll look at the charts in a second. We'll continue to pull down because it did rebound up. Hopefully it pulls back down. It gets me at least to my 200, looking at like a 300% profit target. If not, 92% is nothing to sneeze at. You know what I mean? So, I mean, people don't get 92%. Go to your investment banker or go to your 401k manager and say, "Hey, man, I want 92% in a day." They look at you like you freaking nuts. You know what I mean? You'd be happy if you get 6% a year on your bread. Of course, it's not the total account, right? But it was just the one play. Um, what did I pay for it? I paid $2.73. So I paid $273 for the play. And I'm up $253. Can't beat that with a bat. And like I said, always say, don't necessarily look at the amounts, just look at the percentages. I mean, if I was playing with $100,000, maybe I would have put $10,000 into it, and I would have basically doubled my money in a day. I mean, a couple of days. Can't beat that with a bat. So it's about the percentages, not the amounts. And as I get bigger, I will be playing with those numbers. So you could just imagine, I mean, when I get up to the a million and I'm playing, maybe a $50,000 play and I double it in 2 days, pretty good bread, right? But once again, everything else, besides trade desk, besides that 100 strike price on trade desk, everything else was in the green. I probably will, you know, take these profits and then get some more trade desk options. Try to get right now it's $2.05, so $200 basically, 200 bucks for I could get a couple more options if I want here because those are going to be some big pops when they do go. So I may do that. My shares account, I think everything else was down today. UNH, took a little rise, but Meta went down as expected. We've seen some targets at the low. Maybe I'll take some bread and get some more Meta. I got to figure out what I want to do. Meta is 27.80 right now. Price paid earlier was 31.34. Could get some more. Could get what with that 500. like 20 more shares, to 270, so I'll figure that out. But right now we're on a loss. But once again, I'm a target trader. We know where it's going. It's just a matter of time when it gets there, and then this whole net account is going to double up. I mean, we're looking at like 26. Remember, I took out some bread too to hang out for my birthday a little bit. So, the numbers are a little bit deceiving, but I'm going to make it back up. And I get a check on Friday. I'll probably put some of that check back in there to make up for what I took out. Take a look at the charts real quick. This is the SPY. This is the monthly chart. So I'll go ahead and let's look at the 4 hour. So we kind of see what it did today. It dropped down as low as 686. Remember, I have like a 694 strike price. So that was when I was up about 200% on my bread. Bounced back up. Um, Once again, this is not really a teaching thing, right? Just chronicling my journey. I know you're tired of me saying that by now, but I did, draw my support and resistance lines. Did expected to come back up, hit this 10 EMA, well, 20 EMA, and most likely will come back down sometime tomorrow. Maybe come down to about 685. We'd love it to come down to 671. We'll see, because it has to hit this and probably bounce up and then maybe hit it a couple more times before it comes down to these resistance lines. 683 would be nice. I'd probably take some good profits at 683 and call it a day and not play around with the expirations. Since it is such a short-term expiration, like I said, it's next Monday it expires. And so if it does come down and tap 683, I'll probably go ahead and take that profit. That'll probably be like a 300% profit, and I'm out of there, man. Guys, can't be greedy. Pigs get fed, hogs get slaughtered. All right. As far as Tesla, you see is down $8. So that's 67 cents on my TSLL shares, down $1.44 on my METU shares. And the reason why I had like a little profit on UNHG, because it went up 10 cents today. All right. Pfizer and Trade Desk, you see those. And I started looking at some AAP, but I think I'm probably just gonna concentrate my money, man. I'm just gonna concentrate my money on the Tesla, Meta, and UNHG, and maybe, put a little bit more in my trade desk options and just wait for those to hit. You can't spread your money out too thin. If you wanna, if you have a bunch of money, you want to play like 4 or 5 stocks. If you have a little bit of money, you just want to play 2 or 3 and concentrate your bread and get those bigger pops. Um, but to each his own, you know what I mean? But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick to 3 stocks that I'm trading shares, and then just a couple, it's 2 or 3 on the options, and that's it. So once again, the recap is on the day we are down 226, $226, which brings the total assets to 16,463. But the options account is actually up. Um, I think I had like 2,000 and something in there. I switched over some. I took some money from this year's account, put it over in the options, played some options, obviously, and we're up in that. I like this ratio, 13,000 to 3,000. Once again, I'm really trying to keep it 80-20 balance. So for every 10,000, I want to put 2,000 in there. So, pretty close, pretty much on track. And that's how we're going to do it until I get some bigger pops. Then I'm going to have a third account and I'm going to play some of those short-term pops, just like how you saw today. I was able to make 3 and change. I still have 253 in the green. You know what I mean? I'm able to do that. I'm able to do that, man. I just don't necessarily want to do that too much because I'm looking for those bigger gains, the 200, 300, 1,500%, wins. And in order to do that, you just have to have patience. You have to have patience. You have to be able to watch it go down. Like in this shares account, it's only down 3%, 3.5%, but $500, you know what I mean? Like, hey, last few days has been down, down, down. You have to be able to ride those out because you have your targets. We have our targets, and those targets are going to give me those big 1,200% pops. You know what I mean? 10X's, 20X's. When you're doing day trading, you can't get those. You know what I mean? You could get 100%. You know what I mean? But also the number is going to be small. Like I'm not going to put like $1,000 on a day trade. Not at this point. You know what I mean? That would be shit asinine. That'd be like 15%, 20% of my overall account. That's crazy. You really want to be like 1% of your account if you're going to do like a short-term day trade. All right. So once again, out of here. I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted, let you know what happens tomorrow, and we'll keep it moving. All right, family. One love. One love. You're lucky just to have just I'm aging myself. All right, fam. See you tomorrow. One.